Hey gang, James here with Megawatt. I'm with my great friend Billy from the Bob Hurley Outdoor Center here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I want to talk a little bit about a product that just everyone has to have, the infamous slinky that every new RVer has to have to take care of the waste at the end of their camping trip. Billy, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Good to be here.
All right. One of the products that Billy and his team always recommends are these products by Rhino. And I'm a big fan of Rhino, number one, because it is a durable product. And the things that we're going to talk about today, Billy and I have been RVing for a while and we've used both of them. So we're going to give you a little bit of perspective on how we feel about these products. Now the Rhino Flex specifically, what I love about it is made from polyolefin. And what that simply means is that it's resistant to chemicals, resistant to cooler temperatures, and very, very flexible without turning brittle. Billy, what do you think? So any thoughts from you on the Rhino Flex and why this is such a great product?
One of the greater features that I have found everybody likes about the Rhino Flex is how well it compresses down. It's one of the smaller hoses that compresses down to a smaller size compared to some of the other brands out there.
You mean you don't have unlimited space in your RV?
No, unfortunately we are restricted.
I agree. The compression's important, and then it's not always common, but this one also has the swivel on the edge, the bayonet fitting. So when you're connecting to your RV and you're connecting to the sewer hose in the ground, you can position that hose where you need to. Anything else, Billy, on the Rhino Flex, and we'll compare it to another one.
Right, it's been a good hose. I've had one, I've used it for a lot of years. They're really good hoses, I like them. I've been pleased with it. No mess at the end of the trip, that's the main thing.
That's important, no poo accidents.
Yes.
Now, before we get to the other Rhino product, I will also say that it's important to make sure that you have enough hoses to be able to meet your needs. Now, when I first started RVing, this is the Rhino Flex extension. And sometimes there's a kit available that might have the base 15-foot hose as well as the 10-foot extension. But what I found is when I first started RVing, I thought that all of these sewer hose connections were right there where you park.
No,
has that been your experience?
That has been mine as well. There's been times where I've parked in the same spot and used a 10-foot hose and back in it the next time and have to use a 20-foot hose. Just because I backed in and changed my direction a little bit.
And I think what I found is it depends upon how old the park is. If the park has been around for a while, before RVs were 45 feet long or before 45-foot RVs were commonplace in those parks, you might find that the sewer hose is further back towards the end of the pad. So if you're in a 40 or a 45-foot coach, or a 40, 45-foot, 47-foot fifth wheel trailer, you may need some hose extension to be able to meet where that sewer hose connection is. So making sure you have an extension to meet your needs, because once you get out to those state parks or campgrounds, it becomes a little bit more difficult to go find a hose without awkwardly knocking on the door of somebody else and trying to asking to borrow one of their poop hoses. Now, the links to these products will be available below at the Bob Hurley Outdoor Center.com, but I'll be sure we add it to the links below so you can find those products and get a hold of Bill if you have any questions around accessories. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Now, what's this product?
This one here is the Rhino Extreme. The advantage to it is it's a crushable hose, a little thicker hose. I've actually transferred over to this hose, been using it for about 5 years now. I've had real good luck with it, with the exception it doesn't compress down as much as some of the others, but it's just such a durable, thick, collapsible hose. That's some of the things that I absolutely like about that hose.
So this one, the Rhino Flex is 23 mils of thickness, and this one, the Rhino Extreme, is 24 mils of thickness, which is actually significant in terms of its durability. Now this was made from a thermoplastic elastomer, and what that means also, it's flexible, or it memorizes its shape. So if you stand on it, or if you accidentally drive over it, accidentally back over it, it will go back and retain its shape. And so if you're looking for storage space and collapsibility, the Rhino Flex might be a better choice for you. But the Rhino Extreme will last longer, it's more durable in low temperatures, not quite as collapsible, but it is more forgiving if you wear a size 14 shoe and happen to step on it. Anything else about this one, sir, that stands out to you?
And one thing to point out, we actually did show two different kits here, a 20 and a 15-foot kit. The 20-foot kit in the Rhino brand is two 10-foot hoses, where the 15-foot kit's one solid 15-foot hose.
So would you say that having at least 20 feet is probably recommended?
20 foot's where I try to get everybody's at. Start there, that gets you by 90% of the time. You're gonna have those few chances where you're gonna get out there and you're gonna need a little extra. but those are few and far between. It's generally within 20 foot.
Now, it may not seem intuitive, but what's also important is having the clear elbow at the end. And that way, as you're doing your rinses, rinsing your black tank, rinsing your gray tank, you have a visual confirmation that you've removed all the solids from your tank. Some of the other brands don't have clear elbow hoses. So as you're rinsing and you're dumping, you really don't have a good idea or a good indication that all of the solids have exited or evacuated the tank. I love that the Rhino products come with a clear elbow, so you have that visual confirmation. So I think that's a great part of the product. There's also on this Rhino Extreme, it does come with the bayonet caps. So after you rinse it out, you can go ahead and put your bayonet caps back on and ensure that you don't have any additional drippage that might be in your wet bay or going down the road or inside of a storage tote. So that's going to be it for the Rhino Flex Extreme. When we come back on the next video, we're going to talk about a little bit about some of the Garmin GPSs and why it's important to have an RV or a big rig specific Garmin to help you and your family stay safe going down the road. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the campground. Thanks, Billy.
You're welcome.